fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Oh, do we got a good show today. It's an excellent show. It's a sexy show. We're going to be talking about the orgasm button. That'll, well, make you orgasm. You're going to hear about 10 things in the bedroom that are sabotaging your sex life. And also, we're going to talk about the perfect nipple.
But, don't you think you should say good morning?
Hey, good morning, Al. How you doing? Yeah, good morning, crew. How you doing over there at the next studio? All right.
I can tell we're going to have a really good show today.
Hey, we don't talk.
Nope.
No, but we're going to talk about now.
Nope.
Yes.
No, you're going to say good morning to me, too.
Good morning, Elise.
Good morning, Anthony. Okay.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing great.
I took a little history course, over the weekend over at the college.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, last weekend. And I came across
last weekend
the best quote of any era. Now, we're not a political show.
No, we are not.
But listen to this quote.
Okay.
The budget should be balanced. The treasury should be refilled. Public debt should be reduced, and the arrogance of officialdom should be tempered and controlled. The assistance to foreign land should be curtailed, lest Rome will become bankrupt. People must again learn to work instead of living on public assistance. Do you know who said that?
Tell me. I know you will anyway, so who?
Cicero in 55 BC.
Wow.
So, evidently, we have learned nothing over the past 2,069 years.
Wow.
Anyway, let's get back to our show.
Yeah, because we're not a political show.
No, we are public.
We're public, but we're not political.
We're not political.
Got it.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, too, I don't know if I should be saying this on the radio, but...
Then don't.
Well, I'm going to anyway.
Okay.
I changed my password to incorrect. So whenever I forget and type in something else, the computer will tell me, your password is incorrect.
Yeah, that's funny.
Al got that.
No, I got it too. Okay.
Alrighty, how about this?
I guess it's the philosophical morning.
It is. How about artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity?
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, that one was good.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I like that one better. Are we done with the philosophical?
I just hate it when people use big words just to make themselves sound precipitatious.
You're not expecting that, yeah, that was good. That was funny. Okay.
You are so hospitable. You really are.
You're right.
You just have, it's so natural to you. And, and hospitality is an art. And it's the art of making guests feel like they're at home when you really wish they were.
That was cute. Okay. Are you done?
Okay.
Are you done? You done?
Of course I am.
Done?
Of course I am, and
he's not.
I want to thank you for being behind me. Because behind every great man, there's a woman rolling her eyes.
I'm about to roll my eyes a little bit right now.
Yes, I know. So let's get back to our show.
Okay.
All right, because, sometimes, every once in a while, I stop to think.
You think?
Yes.
Really? You use your brain?
Yes, but then I forget to start again. So.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to tell...
Okay, I guess the philosophy morning is not over.
I just want to tell everybody out there that when I ran into Elise and we decided to co-host this show together, and we made a commitment, and And she was Mrs. Right, because there were a lot of people that could have done the show together, but I chose Mrs. Right over here. I just had no idea that her first name was Always.
Yes, you did. You knew that. You've always known that.
I tried to forget.
Elise, Always. Absolutely.
Of course.
All right.
So,
we're going to talk about nipples now?
yeah. And your nipples are fine, Elise.
Seriously?
Yes.
Seriously.
That's right. According to
I didn't think there was a problem with them.
I wouldn't know.
Then why are you talking about them?
Well, because, I wish you would wear a bra.
We're doing this again?
Flimsy sweatshirt you're wearing, they're popping out like ice picks.
Oh my God. I can't do this show again. I can't do this again.
Just saying.
Okay, listen. Stop it. Stop
right.
the bra talk, okay? I wear a good bra. Let's stop the bra talk. I'm not hitting you with my boobs. It's not happening, okay?
Thank you.
All right?
So, there was a survey.
Yeah.
And according to this survey that was conducted by the Plastic Surgery Group, 30% of patients are now requesting smaller areolas with their breast augmentation.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, you know about that.
I do. I actually have one client, only one, who had breast surgery, and she actually requested very small areolas.
Yeah. Well, very small is the other end of the spectrum. In a study that was conducted, over 131 participants were asked to rate their areolas from 1 to 5 in order of attractiveness and to appraise the diameter of the areola. And
that is so strange to me.
Yeah, and it was done Goldilocks style, too big, too small, or just right.
Oh, yeah, Goldilocks. Yeah, that is just so odd to me.
Patients with smaller areolas rated higher in attractiveness than with those with larger ones.
That is interesting. But, okay. All right, tell me why.
Okay. This plastic surgeon, Mo Akvani, he said that the areolas that ranked most attractive and as just right in size occupied 25% of the breasts when viewed head on.
It's so interesting to me, though, that people are so crazy about how something looks instead of it just being natural and loving it because it's naturally you.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I really honestly don't understand that.
Yeah. I realized, recently when I turned 40, that people just don't look. They don't look, they don't notice.
Well, I don't know that people don't look or don't notice. I think that they look and I think that they notice, but I think that they see beauty in who you are.
Yeah, whatever way that is.
Exactly. And I think that's what's so important. I don't know why people need to surgically create something.
Insecurity.
Yeah.
That insecurity.
Yeah, I know. But when it comes to parts of your body that are typically covered, except for, when you're having an intimate moment, that is something that's so interesting to me. Mm-hmm. That it's so important to them. Because it's not only their breasts and their nipples and their areolas.
And their liposuction
and it's not only that. I mean,
Brazilian
there's that
butt lift.
What about the anus bleaching? Like, really? Like, what is that about?
That sounds like it would burn.
I'm sure, but that's not the point. Who is looking that closely at your,
The proctologist.
Exactly. So what difference does it make? He's used to seeing all kinds of different things. I just don't understand that.
Well, 25% of the breast being covered was considered just right. And areolas that occupied more than 50% of the breast in the same head-on view earned a too big rating.
Goldilocks said, too much.
And your friend, who was that again?
Oh, you won't get me out of that one. No. I'm not telling you who it is, but there's a reason why she wanted the smaller areola.
Oh, okay.
Do you know why?
No, I don't.
Because it's younger looking.
Oh, how do you like that?
Yeah, you should see her face. Seriously.
Is her face young looking also?
It's Botoxed out and
dear.
puffy, and she's wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say there's a local doctor who's very happy
Yeah,
with the
bet.
amount of money that this girl spends.
Wow. Well, it turns out that small areolas rule, but not too small. 78% of the respondents rated areolas that occupied less than 15% of the breast was too small.
Okay.
So, clearly, the results of this survey demonstrated that a single areola size is not appropriate for all women.
No.
And that the diameter should be adjusted so that it's about 25% of the breast width.
Breath. I have to say, I actually did see.
Well, some breasts take my breath away.
These would. This girl's would.
Really?
Yeah.
She showed you?
Yeah, I saw them. I went back into the little room in the back, you know where I'm talking about, and where the waxing is typically done, because she just wanted to show me her surgery.
Wow.
You know, from a totally, you know, she just wanted an opinion. And yeah, they're beautiful, but that's not the point. I mean, they don't look like they necessarily belong on her because of her age and because of what these look like. They look fake.
Now, did she have augmentation also?
She had them redone. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And face was overdone?
Completely.
Wow. That's a shame.
Completely.
You know, I say age gracefully.
Do you?
We've talked about this so many times, Elise, on the things that are in your bedroom that are sabotaging your sex life.
Yes.
And you know,
we know what the number one is.
Yeah.
The number one is, well, number 1, 2, and 3. Your computer, your phone, your computer, and your laptop. You know, those things.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, there's nothing like a hot evening when, you know, you and your partner, they crawl into bed.
And then the light goes on.
Yeah. And then he picks up his phone, browses the internet, you know, and your mind starts racing.
Yeah.
You know, and you're looking, the laundry's piled up in the corner.
It could
Clothes
be
are
a
sticking out of the
totally
drawer.
hot evening that turned into totally not.
That's right. And, you know, the chances are that, you know, if that was your evening, you probably conked out, went right to bed without getting any, you know, and, you know, you can blame the position of the moon, your horoscope, but if your bedroom can totally cramp your sex style and kill off those sexy vibes, then, you know, we have some great ideas.
We have work to do, guys.
That's right.
Work. A little bit of work.
Right. And, you know, you said your phone. And aside from the fact that...
Was that the number one thing?
That was the number one thing.
Of course.
Yeah. So, and you should ditch it, turn it off before bed. And
Absolutely. And you know, if you need to bring it with you, that's okay. Just make sure that it's off.
And yeah.
Off.
And, you know, keeping your phone nearby really can wreak havoc on your sex life.
Absolutely.
And-
Just turn it off.
And that's Jane Greer says that. She's a relationship therapist and author of What About Me? Stop selflessness from ruining your relationship.
Absolutely.
You know, she says it's important to be focused on your partner and give them attention. That's what they want, attention. You know, for you
know
not
what?
to be glued to texting or Facebook, especially in the bedroom.
Especially in front of you. Texting, any of those things. I mean, attention is huge. If you're with somebody, you need their attention. You do. That's what it is. Not all of the time, just some of the time.
Yeah.
A little bit goes a very long way.
That's right. And you also got the number 2 correct, the TV. You know, do you love watching TV in bed with your partner and then falling asleep right after?
Well, you know, it's nice to watch a movie. It could be a sexy movie. It could be a romantic movie. It could be When Harry Met Sally, which is so much fun. But just, you know what? you don't have to have it on while you're together. Focus on each other.
That's right. You may want to keep your TV limited to the living room. That is if you want to give your sex life a boost. Mm-hmm. There's
So
nothing
just keep it
wrong
off.
with the TV in the bedroom, or unplug it.
Well, turn it off. Or if you want to keep it on, there's always the music stations. You can turn on some nice music. Or there's even if you don't have a fireplace in your room, you can turn on the fireplace on your TV, which is really cool.
Oh, I didn't know there was a fireplace.
Oh my God, the
That's
HD TVs have all kinds of things. They have fireplaces. They have all kinds of different settings that you can have beautiful pictures and scenery and all kinds of things on. So you can do that. I mean, most people do have a television in their bedroom. So you can just, set it to have one of those, which could be a little romantic.
Do you know what the third?
No.
It's not what you think.
Tell me what it is.
Dirty sheets.
Oh.
Yeah, dirty sheets.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that because, I typically change mine. So that wasn't what I was thinking. I was thinking more electronics.
Do you remember the story that I told you? It was a couple
Yes, the girl with the crumbs.
The crumbs in
Yes,
the bedroom.
yes. Crumbs in the sheets.
Yes, I got into bed with her, and there was
It's like being outside in the rubble.
Yes.
Yes.
And I didn't know if it was crumbs or dirt or bugs. Completely
Ew.
ruined.
Oh, you see, now you made me nauseous. Because, crumbs and bugs are two completely different things.
I was just saying. It felt like bugs. I know they were cracker crumbs.
Bugs.
Anyway, dirty sheets should go without saying.
Big no. See, I didn't think of that.
No, you wouldn't. But, if your bedroom is nasty, it's not exactly translating into mind-blowing
Intimacy.
sex then. You're right. Especially considering how much of orgasming is linked to relaxation. And I don't know about you, but the number of germs that live in dirty sheets doesn't exactly make for a sexy atmosphere for me. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a young guy then, so it really wasn't that big a deal, but it did affect my thoughts.
Well, yeah, considering you got up and left.
Yeah. Well, and if the room is cluttered, and I mean just covered in clutter, that's not screaming sex either.
Some people have a lot of stuff, but you know what? It's a beautiful time right now. It's springtime. Do a little spring cleaning. Clear out the clutter. Clutter makes you crazy. And when you clear it out, you think more clearly. And then you can focus on what's really important.
That's right, because it's hard to get in the mood when you're surrounded by a mess.
Absolutely.
It's really distracting.
Absolutely.
A survey done by a British retailer called Littlewoods, they noted that out of about 2,000 people polled, people with gray rooms had the least amount of sex.
Gray?
Gray.
Oh, interesting.
And people with purple rooms, on the other hand, were kind of killing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My guest room is purple, by the way.
Oh. That's funny.
I'm trying to think the main bedroom. Jeez,
I don't think anybody needs to know what colors your house is.
Well, my guest room is purple if anybody wants to
If anybody wants to stay over, call him.
That's right.
Now,
you shouldn't have anything from your ex in your room.
you shouldn't have anything from your ex anywhere.
Now, hopefully you did a major haul
There
of
is
this stuff.
a reason the person is no longer supposed to be in your life. There is a reason that you're not with that person anymore. There is a reason because he or she is a volatile, awful, inhumane person. And you don't want to be with them.
Maybe you just don't get along. You may not be inhumane.
I'm sure he or she is inhumane. And that's why you don't want to be with them. And that's why don't have anything
Look at
there.
us. You're always arguing. You're always saying nasty things about me. And I don't consider you inhumane.
Okay, first of all,
I consider you a pain in the ass.
We are never arguing. We are never mean to each other. I'm not mean to you. I'm very nice to you, and I made you a delicious sandwich. Okay? And you should be nicer.
Yeah, but it was with expired lunch meat.
There's never anything expired about me, nor the food that I give to you. And I don't put any hoodoo voodoo potions in it either.
Well, it goes without saying that having any remnants of a previous relationship in the bedroom is a bad idea.
Anywhere. Don't keep it anywhere.
But you'd be surprised how many people have this going on.
I know some people.
I had a friend who had a very large picture of her ex under her bed and was, guess what? Struggling in her new relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she wanted to keep the frame so she could use it for a picture of her new boyfriend. And listen to the psychology behind here. She was literally keeping the framework from one bad relationship to another.
Wow.
You know, and I read that it's quite common for deep-rooted issues to subconsciously show up when you end a relationship. So get rid of these reminders so you can start fresh in your new one.
Yeah. And don't talk to them. You don't need them anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, and, you know, speaking of fresh, for most people, the smell of stale body odor, pizza, and dust are not turn-ons.
Stale body
Stale
odor?
body odor.
How does that even have a sentence or a term?
Well, you know, because...
What is stale body odor?
I don't know, but I do know from a study...
Shower. Take a shower.
But there are some body odors that are littered with pheromones that actually become a turn-on.
Okay, but what that's not stale.
This is just nasty. This is old.
Stale old body odor means you haven't showered.
Oh, okay.
Turning on and having pheromones and you know something that smells good, that's a different story. Stale body odor, that is not even a normal that shouldn't be a sentence because people shouldn't do that.
Okay, so in other words, what you're saying,
shower.
A general rule is the smellier you are and the room, the less likely you're going to have sex with.
I'm thinking that.
Okay.
Yeah, and the room shouldn't be smelly either. That means that you're leaving old dirty clothing around. That means that you're not cleaning. That means, there should never be a stale, dirty odor anywhere. It just shouldn't be.
You know, bad smells are a sex saboteur.
Yeah. You know, your scent. Scent is so important. The scent of who you are, the scent of where you are, your hair. You remember the hair story.
Oh, and what? Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't
when I was
her
in
day.
high school.
Yeah, you went out with a girl who, and wasn't
Blind
her
date.
It wasn't her day to wash her hair. Who the hell ever heard of that? you know, you're going. I understand not washing your hair every day when you have dry, coarse hair. We tell people, especially the bleached people, the people who have the colored hair. You know. But we don't tell them to never wash it. And we certainly don't tell them to not keep it clean. There are ways of keeping your hair clean when you're not even washing it.
Well, she wasn't dirty. It just wasn't her day. She washed her hair twice a week, and she brushed it.
That makes me want to vomit anyway.
The oils from her scalp to the ends of her hair.
And I understand.
Which made it shiny, i.e. greasy. And stinky.
And smelly. And that is gross.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That makes me nauseous. If you're in the shower anyway, freaking wash your hair.
You're there. You're washing your butt. Wash your scalp.
You hope they're washing their butt. That could be the reason. There could be some stale smells. But
you know, okay, so you don't wash your hair. Maybe a scented candle, an essential oil diffuser.
Or just clean. Wipe things down.
That's right.
Wipe down the dresser.
Fabric softener. All right, you don't use fabric softener. Spritz a little bit of your perfume on the sheets, you know?
Wash the sheets. Just wash them.
Okay.
Use fresh sheets. Take them from the linen closet, where hopefully you have a little potpourri, and put them on the bed.
And then in the restroom, you want to have some poopery.
I've heard about that.
We
That's
talked about
funny.
that years ago.
Actually, somebody bought that for a friend of mine, and it's hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if it works, though. We never tried it.
I don't know, but they said it puts a layer on top of that water.
Yeah, a layer on the water.
And nothing comes up out of it.
Yeah, it plops down underneath underneath the water, and
Plops?
then that's what read the thing.
Okay.
Read the thing.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Oh.
Poopery.
Well, I do like essential oils, and
Beautiful, yeah.
They subconsciously induce like euphoria, confidence, relaxation.
Absolutely.
Like lavender, patchouli, licorice, pumpkin. Those are all
I love
things
patchouli, and I
do
love
too.
that. Remember the patchouli that I got you from that store?
Oh, yeah,
It's all
yeah.
it's completely fresh and natural and organic.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love that. Ladies, closely examine what you have on your nightstand. It should be a to-do list, a stack of books you haven't read, your charging cell phone, a picture of your family. All of these items deplete sexual energy between you and your partner.
So I have 2 chargers on my nightstand. One for my phone and one for
your vibrator. Yeah.
No, one for my watch.
Ah. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no, that's on my nightstand. And a candle.
Right.
I have a pretty candle.
Well, the candle's good. Get rid of the other stuff.
Well,
You want to surround yourself with items that'll help you induce intimacy and create a loving, positive atmosphere.
I have a beautiful lamp.
The bedroom should be an oasis for sleep or sex only. Not for charging, for working, for watching TV, for listening to the radio, or to have the fireplace on. Sleep, relaxation, and intimacy.
Yeah.
You good with that?
Yeah, what he said.
Okay. Once you have the euphoric room and the candles and the
purple, euphoric
you
room.
painted your walls purple. You have
And
scented
you know what?
candles and
I have to tell you something.
lavender on your pillow.
Reach out to us at trendradio920@gmail.com. Tell us that you need to have your room painted purple, and I'm sending Anthony over to do it. Okay, just saying, along with a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon, so you can have your hair done and your nails done while he's painting your room. How about them apples? You like that?
I love that. That's good. Yes.
You see?
I love to paint. I do. So, the orgasm button.
What about it?
Have you ever heard of the orgasm button?
I absolutely have.
And what do you think it is?
It's the little button that will make you orgasm. You have to just turn it on.
Are you talking about the clitoris, Dolores?
You do. You know what? I know somebody named Dolores, and we call her clitoris. Isn't that awful? It's awful.
Dolores the clitoris. I love it.
It's awful.
Well, hey, everything you've ever heard about G-spots is about to change.
Okay.
As it turns out, it is possible to get an orgasm without direct stimulation.
That is correct.
Yeah, and this is through a few sensitive spots in other areas of your body.
Yes.
And this is according to Claire Kavanaugh, co-founder of Babeland and co-author of Morgasm.
Morgasm.
Morgasm. Now,
And you know what? I have to tell you something about them before you go on.
okay.
These orgasms are deeper, more guttural, more intense.
Lucky you.
Go on.
So, the orgasm button is really a thing, and it's part of the world of acupressure and Chinese medicine. It's called the Sea of Energy, and also known as conception vessel number 6.
Conception vessel number 6.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's a spot located 3 finger widths below your belly button. There it is, right there.
If anybody else wants to see where it is, email us. Okay.
We got the picture.
And we'll send you the picture.
That's right. And according to acupressure experts, firmly pressing this spot with your fingers for 2 or 3 minutes and focusing on breathing can, over time, deplete energy blockages that have stored up from things like stress, emotional trauma. And when those energy blockages are released, blood can properly flow into your genitals and sometimes be intense enough for you to get there.
Wow.
Just with that. Now, it is possible to release that blocked energy, improve blood flow, and ultimately have an incredible orgasm, says Michael Reed, Dr. Michael Reed, the PhD and director of acupressure.com and the author of Acupressures for Lovers.
Wow. That is so interesting. That could change a lot of things for a lot of different people, especially people, you know how there's so many people on a timeline.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So a timeline, doesn't always give you time to actually be as sexual as you'd like to be. But you can do things that could help you feel a certain way while you're still dressed.
That's right.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Very
And
interesting.
You know what's very interesting about acupressure points is when I go to my chiropractor, he actually massages my forehead and then gets his two fingers and pinches the top of my nose between my eyes.
Yeah. You know what, though? I do a lot of stuff with acupressure as well because your pressure points are key. I mean, we do that with reflexology, and I actually practice the reflexology. And for health benefits, it's very, very important. And I've actually done that on you for sinus issues and things like that.
And that's what it's for, sinus issue.
And when you've had a headache or, any kind of uncomfortable feeling, pressing your fingertips. Remember, we talked about this.
Yes, yes.
And I've done that on you also. And so that's really interesting. I just didn't think about it in this way, but yeah, it would make sense.
Right. And now, my cousin, he's a 5th degree black belt martial artist, Master Black.
Yep.
He has a studio on Quaker Bridge Road.
Yep. Excellent.
He went to China and studied with some of the great Chinese martial artists. And through pressure points, he can actually knock you out unconscious just by squeezing an area of your arm. They're called meridians.
Yeah, I don't want to find that one out. But I'd like to see him do it on you.
Well, I have to tell you a funny story. When he first heard about this, he's a little bit of a smartass.
I like him a lot.
Yeah,
he's adorable.
Good. Yeah, he is. And he was at a demonstration. And he kind of mouthed off a little bit because that's just how he is. And so the master said, "Well, come on out. We'll show you how it works." And
They knocked him out.
The master said, "Okay, stand right here." And he says, "What I'm going to do," and then boom, knocked him out.
Oh. So does he know how to do it?
He knows how to do it. He went to China to learn through this particular.
I think that's fantastic. Let's go see him.
Alrighty, absolutely. He'd be a great guest on the show.
I think he'd be fantastic on the show. And you know what would be really good?
What's that?
Think about this for a minute. He can knock you out and he and I can have a conversation. That would be awesome.
Well, I don't recommend but
you'll wake up.
I'm eventually, yeah.
You'll wake up.
I love a good nap. So
that'd be funny. And we can have Tony V back.
Yeah, all right. He'll fill in for me.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Now, it would probably be best to put the pressure on this sea of love, and to do that with your partner as opposed to doing it alone. Now, according to a Taoist health philosophies, this allows you both to absorb each other's sexual energy, making everything much more intense.
Oh, nice.
So, I find that real interesting, that you just don't go pressing this area, but, do it with your partner. So, now, they do give a word of caution.
Okay, what is that?
While the orgasm button is obviously great for orgasms, the Sea of Energy point is also known to help relieve bloat and constipation.
Interesting.
So you might.
So there's a bunch of different things that can happen there.
A lot of different things. So take a trip to the ladies' room before any foreplay begins. Because you could be in for a different kind of adventure that probably is not sexy the way you want it to be.
I guess it depends on the person.
That's right. So I have a story about a woman who went on vacation and her hairstylist.
Wait, you have a story about a woman who went on vacation with
No, it's about her
and her hairstylist?
and her hairstylist.
Okay. But
So-
they're not together.
But they're not together.
Okay.
So this woman goes to her hairstylist and she gets her hairstyled for this trip to Rome with her husband. And of course, she was talking to her hairstylist about the trip. And her hairdresser says, Rome? Why would anybody want to go to Rome? It's crowded. It's dirty. Rome is crappy.
Why? The hairstylist actually told her Rome was crappy.
Yes.
Wow.
She says, how you getting there? The woman says, well, we're taking Continental. And we got a great rate. Continental? The hairdresser says, that's a...
Who is her
that's a
hairstylist?
crappy... Wait a minute. People listen to what their hairstylist tells them.
I understand that,
and
but
have a lot of
But
effect.
this is how he's talking to her. He's telling her that everything she's doing is wrong.
Well, listen to the rest of the story.
Oh my God.
Continental, the hairdresser.
He said it with an Italian Jewish accent.
That's right.
I'm wondering if
That's
it's maybe
a
him.
crappy airline. The planes are old, the flight attendants are ugly, and they're always late.
Oh my gosh.
So, where are you staying in Rome? Oh, we're going to be at this exclusive little place
He has a problem with that too.
on Rome's river called Teste. Yes.
Okay.
Don't go any further. I know that place. Everybody thinks it's going to be something special and exclusive, but it's crappy.
Everything
It's
is
a dump.
crappy.
Yes. She says, we're going to see the Vatican and maybe we'll get to see the Pope. The hairdresser. You and a million other people are trying to see him. He'll look like the size of an ant. Boy, good luck on this trip of yours. It sounds crappy. You're going to need it. So anyway, a month later, the woman comes back in to get her hair done, and the hairdresser asks her about her
Did
trip.
she have a great time?
Well, she said it was wonderful. Not only were they there for one of Continental's brand new planes, but it was overbooked. So they bumped them up to first class.
Oh my gosh.
The food, the wine were wonderful. She said that they had a very handsome 28-year-old who waited on them hand and foot. And the hotel was great. They just finished a $5 million
Renovation.
Yes. And now it is the finest hotel in the city.
Oh my gosh.
And they too were overbooked, and they apologized and gave her the suite at no extra charge.
Oh my gosh. And she got to see the Pope too, didn't she?
Well, wait a minute. The hairdresser says, well, that's all well and good, but I know you didn't get to see the Pope. So, actually, she says, we were very, very lucky because we toured the Vatican and a Swiss guard tapped me on the shoulder and told me that the Pope likes to meet some of the visitors. So if you'll be so kind as
Oh
to
my
step
God.
into this private room and wait,
Can you imagine?
the Pope will personally greet you. And sure enough, 5 minutes later, the Pope walked through the door, shook my hand. I knelt down and he spoke a few words to
Oh
me.
my God.
And the hairdresser says, really?
What did he say? What did he say? Yeah.
The Pope said to me, who gave you that crappy haircut?
That won't happen, by the way, at Anthony Vincent Salon.
Oh, no.
Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You will receive a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon. And let me just tell you something. You'll be glad you did.
And, have you ever had a partner that's so into themselves that sex ends up being like a one-sided nightmare?
That's very sad. I hear those stories too.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you talk to a lot of women.
I do. I talk to a lot of women and I hear these stories. And, there are some people that you can't give advice to about these things because there's just nothing they can do except get away.
Yeah, women open up to me also, but because I'm a guy, they're not as explicit as they are with you and
Sure.
and detailed.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that. Well, that would be crossing the line a little bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think.
You know, couples with great sex lives focus more on what they can give each other, more so than what they can get back in return.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Absolutely.
And this is both in and out of the bedroom.
Absolutely. That's key. You know, I know this couple. They've been together, I think, just under a decade. Mm-hmm. And they do really, really, really cool things for each other. They do very hot things for each other. They do very kind things for each other. They're always looking to do something to step themselves up. Mm-hmm. They're in competition with themselves to make things better for the other person.
Wow.
And that's a very cool relationship.
And that builds intimacy also.
Absolutely. Because, you know, that's where you're going. You know, that's where the euphoria actually is. It's between what?
Your ears.
We always say that.
Your brain is the biggest sex organ that you have.
Absolutely.
And it's my second favorite organ.
I know you're first.
I know.
It's a big pounding heart.
That's right. That's what you keep telling me.
Yeah, like the Grinch. It grew.
I've been called a Grinch many times.
Yes, but you have a big heart.
Yes, I do. You know, we have said this many times on your show that really.
You mean your show?
Our show.
Our show.
Really good sex begins hours before you make it into the bedroom.
Of course, because it does. It's the talking. It's the idea that you're going. It's the getting there. It's going, and then you're there.
Turning ordinary daily routines into floor play.
Yeah, a little floor play on the Oriental.
That's right. Now, it can start when you compliment your partner's looks at breakfast. You allow your eyes to linger on their body just a couple of seconds longer than usual.
You pack them a lovely lunch with a little kiss in the bag, you know?
That's
just
right.
one.
Sexually satisfied couples don't wait until the last minute to warm up. They
do it all day.
They take advantage.
They do it constantly.
Yeah.
They're always doing it. It's always a warm feeling because they're always together. They're always, even if they're not with each other, their minds are always working on each other.
And they think that you're the sexiest thing alive.
Oh, yeah.
You know, who wouldn't want to have sex with someone who treats you like a goddess?
Exactly. or a god.
Well, and we're running out of time over here, but I just wanted to mention this was a study published in the Journal of Family and Marriage, and it reveals that couples who split housework have more sex.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Well, if one's doing all the housework, there's no time.
That's right. And you don't feel like equals.
Exactly.
And feeling like equals leads to better sex.
Well, when you're walking side by side, then you're a couple. When one's behind the other all the time, lagging behind, or not in sync with each other, that's not equal.
That's right. And from a scientific, purely perspective, a 2010 study published in the Psychosomatic Medicine, they followed 300 heterosexual couples. And they came to the conclusion that women were happier when their partners came to bed with them at the same time.
Really?
That's right. When women were happier in the study, they slept better. Men were in better moods after sleeping better, and better moods equal happy relationships.
Always.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a longer longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
You just don't hear this stuff, but you hear it right here on 920 The Jersey, and we are Trend Radio.
Yes, we are.
You can't
Make sure you tune in.
That's right. So, Elise, do you know the way you think could help you live longer? And
absolutely.
I know you are a believer in this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about positive thinking.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
I think the most important thing you can do, no matter what comes your way, is try and figure out a way to make it a positive thing.
Really?
You know what? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, think about this for just a minute. You can have a rainy, gloomy day all the time, or you can have a day filled with sunshine, even if it's raining.
Really?
Of course,
Yeah.
you know this.
I know I do.
Okay, remember when they told me that I had cancer?
I do remember that day.
Okay, and it was scary and shocking and horrible, and I was scared to death. I really did. I really wasn't sure what was going to really happen. But the most important thing to me was making sure I got through every single solitary day. So I made sure my mind was clear and I had positive thoughts. And no matter how much it hurt or no matter how scary it was, I knew that I had to get through it and it would be okay. So I was positive.
To many people, that may sound like wishful thinking, but it's really a science, what you just explained. And envisioning a bright future really can help you live longer and healthier. In fact, studies suggest that optimism may even reprogram your genes on a cellular level.
So here's something that people can do, because it's hard sometimes when they're going through something really scary and really uncomfortable, and they don't know what to do. They just start to cry. They just, some people, unfortunately, they take their lives when things get too bad.
Yeah.
So here's what got me through a lot of it. First of all, you have to just envision, you have to imagine and be visual in your mind.
Yes.
And you have to be able to see, positive everything. You have to, no matter what it is. So sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just can't do it. So what I used to do on those days that I was going for chemo, that I just really didn't think there was anything good, to be honest, I actually visualized myself standing on the sun. I know that sounds crazy, but when you see the sun and you see how bright and shiny the beautiful sun is, you get happy. I get happy. So I imagine that it makes most people happy to see something so beautiful and bright and yellow. Yellow is a great color. So you want to surround yourself with yellow and pink because they're happy colors. But I would see myself standing on the sun and then just taking in the energy of the sun, and I would always feel brighter and I would feel happier. And it kind of got me through those really hard times.
Yeah, that stuff really works. And again,
another thing, puppies. Puppies. If you're not allergic to puppies,
who doesn't love a puppy?
Exactly. If you're not allergic and you can actually play with puppies, they are very positive because they love you unconditionally.
Yes, they do.
And like little kittens,
Yep.
How cute.
Adorable.
Kittens and puppies, yeah, that makes you happy. Flowers. Surround yourself with good, fun, beautiful, happy things.
It makes a difference, and that's part of Chinese medicine. I had a problem. I had a blood vessel burst in the back of my eye, so there was a big black spot in front of me for quite some time, and that I went to the eye surgeons to check it out. I wanted them to do something. I mean, how could I work with this big black spot in front of me?
And he didn't look so good either.
So
I'm just kidding. You always look good.
It was a
Let
Chinese
me take that
doctor.
back. You always look good. You are handsome no matter what. even with the black, the red eye.
So and it was a Chinese doctor. And what she told me to do was she looked at it. She says, yes, you have a broken blood vessel and you have blood pulled up behind your eye. So what are we going to do about it? She said, every day, morning, afternoon, and before you go to bed, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to envision draining that lake or pool of blood. And I said, well, how? She said, any way you want. It's your imagination. You're going to close your eyes. You're going to see that pool or lake of blood, and you're going to drain it, whether you do it with a pump or a bucket or
however you do it.
However you want to do it. And I thought to myself, oh, brother, and I paid $250 for this advice.
Yeah, but you know what? That was the best advice because the power of positive thinking
it worked.
Is unbelievable.
It absolutely worked. It's almost like, what is that thing you always talk about where the power of the universe or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
ask and it is given.
Yeah. There's an abundance. All you have to do is ask for it.
Absolutely. Ask and it is given. It is. The universe is abundant, and you can have anything you want and anything you desire for your highest good. Depends on if it's for your highest good. And the truth of the matter is that, it's the law. We know this. We say this. The law of attraction. What you think about is what will be.
That's right.
So if you're thinking positivity, in positive thoughts and goodness and happy, that's what you'll have. If you're a negative person and you're mean and it
brings negativity.
That's the thing. People don't understand. I know some people, and this is amazing. They don't understand why they don't have good friends or an abundance of friends or a good support system. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that because they're negative and they're not nice people. I have to say, one of the most important blessings in my life is the abundance of good fortune that I have with my group of friends and my support system. I know that I was very weak during that time with this breast cancer. I know that. But I had such an outpouring of wonderful, wonderful people just surrounding me. And that's why I'm doing this now. I do so much now to help other people get through this because they were there for me.
Yeah, she really does do this too. I've seen it.
And you do it too.
You're working with the BCRC these days now.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I have to be honest. It's difficult to go there. It really is hard for me to sometimes go there because it brings me to a place that, I had a very hard time being in. And so I'm working through that now.
But now you're going to be helping people who went through the same thing that you went through.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I've actually signed on with another group as well because these people, a lot of these people in this group don't actually have family members. And so they need help. They just need somebody to talk to sometimes before they go to sleep at night. I spend a lot of time on the phone now because before these people go to sleep at night, they just need somebody to be there to say that it's okay. You can go to sleep. You're going to wake up in the morning. You're going to wake up and you're going to be fine and you're going to go to work and you're going to push through your day and you're going to make it. You're going to make it today. You're going to make it tomorrow and you're going to make it the next day. And they just need to hear that.
That's right. And Elise is just wonderful with people. And
Thank you.
If any of our listeners out there would like to work with Elise or Elise and I with the BCRC, that's the Breast Cancer Resource Center. We have our hearts in working with these people, and we try to do as much as we can. If you'd like to help, give your time, contact us and contact Elise especially, and she'll.
Yes, you can contact us at trendradio920@gmail.com. It's really rewarding to work with everyone that we're working with and helping people.
What I found is Elise has really cultivated a very optimistic and realistic mindset. She counts her blessings. She keeps a gratitude diary.
It's really important to have that, you know.
Yeah.
The gratitude diary.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew I had that.
Yeah, I do. I know a lot. Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I keep it, actually, believe it or not, I keep it on my phone.
Yep.
Every single day, it's very important to remember what you're thankful and grateful for.
Absolutely.
And for who you're thankful and grateful for. And you know what's really great? Let them know that you're thankful and grateful. Send them an email letting them know that they did something that made you happy and that you're thankful for them.
That's right. Have a little happy box or something for them.
A happy box is great.
Sneak little things in there every once in a while. You never. It'll put a smile on somebody's face.
There's nothing better than having a happy box.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you that. And then when you open the happy box and you see a little prize, it makes you smile. You can't help yourself, and it doesn't matter what it is either, because you just get excited because it's in there.
And if you run into a hard time, focus on solutions instead of the problems.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And look, every day is not going to be filled with sunshine.
That's right.
It's just important to remember that you can put the sunshine in every day.
That's right. And, get up an extra 15 minutes in the morning early and do a little sun salutation, a yoga pose, kick a soccer ball, just for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
It'll give you energy.
You know what I do every morning?
What? Tell me.
Okay. And this is true. So I wake up every single morning, and there are some times I just don't want to get out of bed. I have this muscle thing going on, and you know about it. It's from my medicine, and sometimes my legs hurt. I'm being honest, and I don't feel like it, but it doesn't matter. Every single day, I get up out of bed and I dance. It's important to dance.
Elise dances at her manicuring table. She dances on stage. She dances in her car.
And let me just tell you something. It doesn't matter if you're a good dancer or if you're not a good dancer. Just dance. Just dance like nobody is watching, because it doesn't matter, and it feels good, and it's happy. It makes you, and people know that you're happy when you're dancing because you dance in a little jig,
And you don't have to be Irish.
That's true.
And what I recommend is having coffee with somebody interesting every week or once a month or something like that. Maybe
sometimes twice a week or 3 times. You know what?
And then you wind up
spending a little time with people that you like. That's a fun thing.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune in to your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.